You won't believe what was happening inside the Burruss Tucker family. On social media, they always looked like one perfect unit, smiling in pictures, enjoying vacations, and celebrating milestones together. But let me tell you, behind those shiny posts, there were constant fights, jealousy, and secrets that most people never imagined. This was not just another blended family. This was a family where love and hate lived under the same roof, and where favoritism created wounds that never healed. At the center of it all was Kandi Burruss, her husband Todd Tucker, and their 4 children, Riley, Kaela, Ace, and Blay. On paper, it sounded beautiful. In reality, it was a storm waiting to explode. From the very beginning, Riley Burruss, Kan's daughter from her past relationship, and Kaela Tucker, Todd's daughter, never accepted each other. They were stepsisters, but instead of growing closer, they carried a heavy rivalry. This is where it got interesting. People close to the family whispered that Riley always hated Kaela simply because Kaela was Todd's daughter, and Todd loved her deeply. Todd's affection for Kaela became a constant source of anger for Riley, who felt her place was threatened. And the craziest part was that Kandi herself did not hide her dislike for Kaela either. Instead of bringing the girls together, she openly sided with her daughter Riley, which only made the situation worse. Kaela lived with her father Todd in Kan's household, but this created another big issue. Kandi never liked Kaela's presence in the house. She often told people that Kaela's stay disturbed the family balance. At times, Kandi even threatened to kick Kaela out. Imagine living in a home where your stepmother never welcomed you, where every smile was fake, and where every day felt like walking on glass. That was Kaela's life. But here is the shocking part. Kaela chose to stay quiet for a long time. She tolerated everything only because of her father. She never wanted to hurt Todd, so she accepted the bitter treatment again and again. Still, the truth could not stay hidden forever. Destiny took an unexpected turn when Kaela finally broke her silence. In a social media interview, she openly spoke about Kandi's bizarre behavior towards her. She said Kandi never once appreciated her. No matter what she did, Kandi always found fault in it. Kaela told the world that her room was checked like a child's. Her belongings were searched and she was constantly made to feel like she did not belong. She said there was no privacy for her, no respect, only constant pressure and insults. And let me tell you, she even added that while she was treated this way, Riley enjoyed full freedom. Riley could do anything without fear, but Kaela's every step was questioned. The craziest part was what Kaela revealed next. She said even when Riley did something wrong, Kandi never scolded her. Just a week before, Riley had admitted in a Bravo TV interview that she stole money from her own father, Todd. She used that money for parties. And the shocking part was that Kandi had no idea about it. Yet, when this truth came out, Kandi kept silent. She never punished Riley. She never even raised her voice. But when it came to Kaela, even her smallest actions were turned into a big issue. This favoritism cut Kaela deeper than anything else. Fans who watched the interview could not believe the difference. This was not just sibling rivalry anymore. This was about a mother's bias and a father's silence. Todd kept trying to be the peacemaker. He tried to act as if everything was under control. But slowly, people started asking, was Todd failing as a father? Was he too weak to stand up for Kaela against Kandi's harsh behavior? Or was he simply choosing peace with his wife over fairness with his daughter? These were questions that divided fans. Some supported Kandi, saying Kaela was exaggerating. Others stood by Kaela, saying she was finally brave enough to share the truth after years of silence. But here is the shocking part. The more Kaela spoke, the more people started to believe her side of the story. And when Riley's confession of stealing money went viral, fans could clearly see the favoritism. Kaela's words matched perfectly with what was playing out in public. Kandi ignored Riley's mistakes, but magnified Kaela's every move. This left people wondering, was Kandi truly being a fair mother figure? Or was she pushing Kaela away to protect Riley's place in the family? The story of this family became even darker as more details came out. People who followed Kandi for years knew she had a strong personality, but they never thought she could carry such resentment toward her stepdaughter. Let me tell you, Kaela's revelations shocked everyone because they painted a picture of a woman who was warm and loving to the cameras, but cold and harsh inside her own house. Fans said this was not just family drama. It was favoritism so clear that even outsiders could feel it. And the craziest part was that Kandi never denied the accusations. She simply stayed quiet, letting the gossip growl louder each day. Kaela, in her interview, explained how she spent years trying to win Kandi's approval. She tried to be respectful, helped around the house, and even kept her distance when things got tense. But no matter what she did, Kandi always made her feel like an outsider. She said, "I could cook, clean, study hard, but to her, I was always wrong. Nothing I ever did was enough." This is where it got interesting because at the same time, Riley lived with no restrictions. She could go out, spend money, enjoy parties, and still be celebrated by her mom. Fans pointed out that even when Riley was caught in mistakes, she was forgiven instantly. But when Kaela did something as simply as wanting privacy in her own room, she was treated like she was hiding secrets. You won't believe what Kaela said next. She claimed Kandi used to check her phone without permission. She said her texts, her chats, even her social media activity were always under watch. This made her feel suffocated, as if she was guilty of something without ever doing anything wrong. And what makes this story different is that Kandi never treated Riley the same way. Riley's freedom and Kaela's restrictions became proof of the huge wall built inside the house. Destiny took an unexpected turn here because Kaela was no longer the quiet girl who tolerated everything. She was now the voice exposing the truth to the world. But this was not just about Kandi and Kaela anymore. Todd's name started to come up in every conversation. People asked, "Why is Todd so quiet? Why doesn't he defend his daughter?" Todd loved Kaela deeply, but in the eyes of fans, his love was weak. He watched Kandi threaten to kick Kaela out. He saw Kaela crying in silence, and still he chose peace with his wife over justice for his daughter. The craziest part was that Todd himself once admitted in interviews that it was difficult balancing his wife and daughter's relationship. But now, fans felt that his silence had gone too far. The more Kaela's side spread online, the more people took interest. Social media was flooded with hashtags like Hawk Team Kaela and Age Justice for Kaela. Meanwhile, Kandi's loyal fans tried to defend her, saying Kaela was only speaking up for attention. But let me tell you, the evidence kept piling up. Riley's money-stealing confession was still fresh in everyone's mind, and the fact that Kandi ignored it only made her look guilty of favoritism. People said if Kaela had done that, she would already be out of the house. The double standards were impossible to ignore. But there is the shocking part. Some fans believed there was more to Riley's story. Rumors started spreading that this was not the first time Riley had taken money without permission. Whispers suggested that Todd had covered it up before just to protect Riley from embarrassment. If that was true, then it meant Kaela was not just mistreated. She was also living in a family where Riley's mistakes were hidden and her own were magnified. This is how the entire family image started to break down in the public eye. And as the gossip spread, fans began asking the most important question yet. Was Kandi protecting Riley out of love or out of fear that the world might finally see cracks in her perfect image? And was Todd really powerless? Or was he secretly choosing Kandi over Kaela? The truth was getting darker, and the drama was only getting more twisted with each new revelation. By the time Kaela's words reached every corner of social media, the Burruss Tucker family was no longer just a household name. It was a headline. Let me tell you, gossip pages and blogs could not stop talking about this drama. Fans said this was not just a fight inside four walls. This was favoritism exposed in front of the world. And the craziest part was that people who once admired Kandi for her strength and success were now questioning her character as a mother. The image of the powerful woman on stage and screen suddenly looked weaker when it came to her own family. Kaela explained that her pain was not only about rules or restrictions. It was about love and respect that she never received. She said whenever family dinners happened, she felt like a guest. Kandi always paid attention to Riley,